nearly wasn't watching the finger, Gem.
Oh, you've got to watch the finger. It's the magic finger.
I know it's the magic finger, and
You were doing hand cream, weren't you?
I was doing hand cream. My hands are so dry, and I left all my seams up here, and they're dry to the extent that I've got a crack on my thumb.
Ooh.
I cannot tell you how excruciating all my show prep has been today.
The ouches.
But good morning, everybody.
No one needs to
Hi.
worry about greasy fingers on the fabric because you're using seams.
Oh yeah, no, seams isn't the one.
Know about seams? Hang on, Tash. Shall I?
Oh yeah,
chuck it your
lob
way?
it. You know.
Oh, I'm not even sure whether we've got seams in stock.
That was
a rubbish catch.
I was mid whatever.
You've gone down in my estimation.
It's the reason I don't do ball games. I'm on Emily level. This is your Seams hand cream. Have we actually got any left in stock?
We've got 6 of the hand sanitizer, which if anyone hasn't had
hand sanitizer is great.
It smells divine.
Yeah.
It's really nice and moisturising as well. We've got one of those here as well, Tash. Should we see if you can not catch this as well? Cool. Ready? No, that was
not
terrible.
even going to try.
Okay. But they are, the smell is beautiful. And
they both smell the same. We first got this in lockdown, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Karen at Seams was very, very quick off the mark to get this out. Karen was a milliner and her hands were shredded. Yep. So she decided, she wanted a hand cream that would work. So that is what she has done. Well, and so whenever my hands are cracked, it's always Seams that I go to.
And a hand sanitizer that isn't really high alcohol levels, that doesn't strip the skin.
Horrible. And smells nice rather than just smelling like...
A lot of them just strip your skin and make it really sore and dry. And
anyway, that's what I was doing.
Yes, there you go.
Whether we've got it in stock or not, if not, we'll have to give Karen a little call. She's out in Miami and all sorts. I do love Karen. She's a lovely lady. Right, so this morning, we are... What are we doing, Gem? I feel like a bit of a whirlwind.
You are doing amazing pouches, Tash.
Yeah, so last week... I sort of whipped up. I did.
Yes.
I absolutely did. I whipped up a quick pouch. This has got all of my show prep in for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Because I love sewable plastic. Yes. I first saw this a few years ago. I was like, wow, plastic you could sew. That's amazing. It's like our sewable paper. Mm-hmm. Well, the boy child has turned 9. And I suddenly realised, I'd just like to say, I did do a better party effort this year.
You did?
Okay, so I managed to book a party place that wasn't 250 miles away from where I live.
Yeah.
So I'm winning there.
Good.
I have done that before now.
Yeah.
Got the wrong Planet Play. Yeah. So I didn't do that, winning.
Well done.
But I did get to the night before and go, oh... They like those party bag things, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Could I get them in any little shops in Cornwall?
No.
So I had to make them. So the 4 out of 2 I did, but without the lining. And I did it with sewable paper on the bottom.
Nice.
They looked amazing, even if I do so myself. Cake, Kinder Egg, sweets, done. No landfill.
Perfect.
No landfill fodder in there. So I'm chalking that up to a win. I'm also chalking the fact that my children had a go at roller skating for the first time and didn't break anything, also as a win. Where was I going with this? I have absolutely no idea. It's just how I'm winning at life, really, today. So these are the zips that we've got. We have got a handful of these left by themselves in this colour, in the 13-inch. But we do have a few... And again, once you've watched the show, you'll be able to make these any size. So, we've also got these, Gem. These are up at just $9.99. So you've got your designer fabrics in there with an orange zip. You've got your green fat quarter. Who was this?
That was...
Oh, gosh, what's her name?
You know when you've got the wrong name in
your head? But the neon in there... Let me show you the fabric, because you've also got a free pattern if you want to make the lace makeup pouch.
And breathe, Tash.
Going well today, isn't it? Oh, Oh, who was it?
That was Libs Elliott.
Libs Elliott. Yeah, she does the
Highline
beautiful neons.
Yes.
So if you fancy a Libs Elliott, well, you can do one of these. You can do the lace zip pouch because you get the instructions for that. It's up to you.
What's crazy about that kit is it's a lovely little kit, great gift. It's got the instructions in. The instructions should be $5.99 on their own.
I know.
And the kit's $9.99. But we have only got a few left. So
right. I have got a couple of royal blue zips, which actually look rather lovely with that Liberty. I've got a few navy ones, a few grey lace zips. I've got one of that colour. I've got a couple more golden, and I've got a few of the white. These are not the 13-inch ones that we've got in here, but it just doesn't matter. They're 11. You just cut them, your fabric, to that width of the zip,
smaller pouch.
which we will show you in just a second. Because I had a cunning thought, Gemalala.
Did you?
Yeah. Now, to that end, we have got a couple of... Obviously, from last week, you can still get the Liberty with the denim, the Liberty Stars fabric, and then you can buy it separately and make your own binding. If you are making your own binding, and if I get a chance, I'll demo how to do it. I've ordered some more of these. I use these, Gemma, all the time.
You do? I watch you.
There is no way that I would be making any kind of binding now without these.
No.
Absolutely love them, and they've got all the sizes in all the world. They take a little bit of time to get here. There's a week or so's delay on these still. But I do have plenty more of these because I know a lot of you missed out last time. So if you want these, I'll show you how. So you can make your own binding, and it's straight binding, doesn't have to be bias binding. Happy days. Now, also today, because we're all about the stars, I love the denim for the back of these. That just makes them really robust. You can also eau coat if you want to have these for your toiletries or anything like that, or maybe you've got little pill boxes or something that you want to take, whatever you want. Or what I'm going to show you today is why not, this is just the full length of the zip, and then you can make it any size you want depending on the fabric that you've got. But if you want to snip your zip, Gemma, then there is absolutely no reason why you cannot make these maybe A4 size, because the other thing that we've got, we still have, are the eyelets, which would mean that you could just punch a couple of eyelets in there and have it in your ring folder.
Great.
And then you can have it as a pencil case.
That is a clever idea.
Well, it's just that, like, when I'm always on a course. I'm always learning something.
You're always on a course.
I'm always on a course.
Yep.
I'm actually doing 2 at the moment, Gemma. Can you believe it? 2.
Can I believe it? Yes.
Yes. And I just have to make sure that they don't clash on the same night. I'm learning. I love to learn. So you've got your eyelets that you can then do your ring binder ones. We have got 5.5 mil. So just check your sizings. If in doubt, go for the... I'm quite blind, Gemma. Can't see anything. Oh, it's okay. No. It's I'm gonna give myself that because it's a bit smudged.
Yeah, there's a 5.5. There's an 8.7.
That's the 8.7.
There we go. I know this off the top of my head because I clearly need to get to life.
There you go. Yeah. And if you're making the dog poo bag dispensers, then you're going to need the big ones, which are the 14 mil ones. We haven't got very many of those left.
No.
But if you do want to make the dog poo bags, actually they'd look really nice in denim and your scraps. And
They
your
would.
offcuts,
That'd
wouldn't
be
they?
durable as well.
Really nice. Anyway, anywho.
Tash, we've got viewers, love.
Oh, should we say hello before I crack on? Can I just show you these kits though, because I'm kind of like part way through that.
Yes,
so
please.
if you would like, and they all come with your silver plus. I don't know if you can even see that. Today's demo is going to be fun. It's going to be like one of those.
Do you know, until you moved it, yes, you couldn't see it.
You can see it.
No.
So they're all going to come with your fat quarter of sewable PU. You've got a fat quarter of your Moda, a fat quarter of your denim, and your star zip, and your binding, pre-made binding. So if you don't fancy making your own binding, it's in there.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
It's in there.
Good plan, Stan.
We have a few of the zips left by themselves, but otherwise we have got these kits. But when they are gone, Gemma,
They're gone.
they are gone.
Gone.
We also have the serval
Absolutely.
plastic by itself as well, on a little bit of a delay because it actually needs to reach us.
Yes.
But it will do, and then it will
Pam's
be sent out.
admiring your jacket, Natasha.
Who is?
Pam.
Oh, thank you, Pam.
Wow, that jacket is stunning.
Oh, yeah, I did actually have a little rummage through my wardrobe and go, I've got a few jackets. I get so cold
Yes.
in here. It doesn't matter that I've had the heating on all morning. I just get cold.
No, so I've come in and turned the heater off.
Yeah, no,
You
Gemma
know,
does.
All the
She
menopause
does.
and everything.
Yeah.
I don't
must be.
I don't mock and joke about the menopause, everybody. I know I'm only 41, but I'm post-menopause.
Yeah.
I did an early one. I got it out of the way.
I did an
I was that
early one.
efficient.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Get
one.
that done. and out the way.
Done, gone. Thanks a
But
lot.
when I do joke about the menopause, it's not a joke. It's true. It's fine. It's really not a joke, Natasha. There's 3 of us in this building that could probably be in that category. Poor you.
Not me.
No. Poor you. And Izzy.
Great. We have got, if you are buying our zip on the roll, we've got these
Yes.
little star zip pulls
They're
as well. I'm
so
going to show
lovely.
you those in a minute, but first, Gemma, you are quite right. Let's say hello to everyone.
Yes, Fiona's here.
Morning,
And she says,
Fiona.
good morning, everyone. It
Good
feels
morning.
weird saying that considering it's almost 9 p.m. here in Australia.
Oh, yes.
I know.
We've got lots of Aussie viewers.
Yep,
Can't
we've got
even find
Joy
us.
and Lois and Jimmy and Sue and Fiona and everybody.
We have got everybody.
And Barbara.
Everybody. Oh, we've got Laurie as well.
They're
Hello,
all
Laurie.
chatting to each other. Debbie's here. She says, morning all. I'm able to watch you live today. Yay! With an actual yay with an exclamation mark. and
Oh,
everything.
wow. Hang on. Karen Hughes, famous last words. I'm
Oh,
never
I
drinking
know.
again. What's happened? I can't see.
Karen says, morning all. I still feel a bit discombobulated today. She did what I
Oh.
did last Saturday. She said, I went out on Saturday night with friends and I didn't get home until 4 a.m. on Sunday. Yesterday I
Yay!
was fit for nothing and still feeling tired. I'm too old to be out so late. Also, I'm never ever drinking ever again.
Yeah, right. I don't actually believe any of you. But well done you. Well done you.
Plenty of fluids, Karen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps a banana or two, because that's good, you know. Potassium. Yeah, it will help. I mean, I'm almost a doctor, just no doctorate. So,
Almost a dog.
Brenda says, morning, ladies. Ginny says, good morning.
Morning.
Feeling like
morning.
Rocky managed to get a full urine sample from my wee from my dog this morning. Oh, that is one of those things, trying to get a urine sample from a dog. When it's a girl dog, this is a challenge, Natasha.
We're not talking stuff that comes out of dogs today.
No, we're not. Not that stuff.
Bit
You've
of
had
a
a
s- bit
really
of a-
bad day yesterday.
Well, we're just going to have to, aren't we? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just need to get that out there.
Let's
Much
just
like
say-
Mabel. Right.
Mabel could have done with Angus brown trousers.
My dad is not a doggy person. He is not. He hates dogs. He's put up with dogs. He must love my mum because we've always had dogs. In fact, at one stage we had 3 dogs and he's always put up with them, but he really is not a doggy person. He's a cat person. He's not a dog person. So he's like, do you really need a dog? Yes, I do. I've never not had a dog and I clearly need a dog. Anyway, so Mabel is delightful
Oh, she
around
is.
everyone. But if my dad is in sight, oh, she'll manage to foul in his vicinity.
Yeah, always.
Always. It's
Yeah.
like she knows. How can I make him dislike me a little bit more? Oh, I know. I'll just poo all over his computer cables. Great. Well done. You had a whole room and you had to pick there.
Or the outside.
Brilliant. Or outside, because we had just spent 30 minutes walking there. Brilliant. Well done, Mabel. So she surpassed herself. Something has upset her.
Something's really upset her.
Really upset her. It's now really upset me because I've had to carpet wash my bedroom, the sitting room, the kitchen, the utility room. And what I hadn't noticed as the children and I rush out the door to get Freddie to rugby on Sunday morning was that she had also managed it all down the stairs and in the stairwell
Because
by
you live
the
in a
front
flat.
door.
This is a communal staircase.
No, it's not.
No, it's yours.
It's just
Thank
mine.
God for that. I
No.
was checking.
Okay, now my dad
Oh.
never pops round.
No,
He
no,
likes
doesn't.
people almost as much as he likes dogs.
Yeah.
So he never comes round until yesterday. When I'm out dropping Freddie at rugby, Dad decides to come and do a little bit of DIY for me, changing my locks and stuff. Thanks very much, Dad. Yeah, so he opens the door onto everything I have not had time to clean up because Freddie was going to miss his coach and I didn't know she'd done it. I was just
She's done
like,
it as she's come down the stairs behind you. You know this, don't you? That's how you didn't know it was there.
just one of those things.
Yeah.
So that has been mine, and then having a very unwell dog on a 4.5-hour car journey
With a
up the motorway with a
Very congested
rolling blockade up the M5 as they decided to shut it, with Mabel getting a little bit antsy. I'm like, I'm kind of agreeing with my dad right now. Why did I get a dog?
It was all the fun. So
Yeah,
Ginny,
anyway,
yeah,
We'll make something in a minute.
well done for you for getting the sample from your dog.
Sorry.
By the way, a
I just
girl
needed to
dog,
get-
should you ever need to get a urine sample from a girl dog,
This is not yet.
gravy boat works. It also, however, makes
No.
my mother really cross, as it turned out as a child. We'd been trying to get a urine sample from our Westie for days, and my mum was like, we can't do this, it's ridiculous. And then the one day we got back and my dad looked all the levels of smug. And he'd got this little test tube with the urine in it. And he went, how have you managed that? And he went, never you mind. And then Mum went in the kitchen and there, on the draining board, was her cut glass gravy boat.
No.
Yeah.
Cut glass?
Yeah, it's posh. Beautiful.
Cut
It
glass?
looks like crystal, but it's not crystal. It's not that posh, but beautiful.
But hang on. I mean, I'm feeling for your mum here, obviously. But my next question is, can you put hot gravy in something
Yeah.
that's cut glass?
Yeah,
Can you really?
It was thick glass, yeah. But it's very beautiful.
You're posh, you lot.
Never been used ever since. I think it probably went in the bin. And it
surprised.
was like a family heirloom and stuff, and there's not many of those around in our house. So, yeah.
Wow.
Natasha,
Yeah.
Laurie says, love your pattern and materials, and I love that colourful cushion behind
Oh,
you.
Laurie, do you know what? I saw a thing and went, Jane, can you make a thing?
Yes.
And Jane did make a thing.
Make a thing similar to this one. And
she went, yeah, all right then. So this is Jane's make for Wednesday, Laurie.
This is the exploding star cushion.
Do you know what? I don't really want to think about anything that's exploding right now. I'm just going to put it out there. But anyway, this is the exploding star cushion.
Oh.
And, you know, Jane's got form for a star, hasn't she?
She has. We love a star.
All cocks, all star.
Yeah.
Did we manage to call it that in the
Yeah,
end
we
or not?
did.
We did,
Yeah.
didn't we?
It's called a folded star, but in brackets, all cocks, all star.
All cocks, all star. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just starting to prep myself for today's
Good-o.
mix. Yeah. If you do not have our washi tape, I've done that really annoying thing of not quite starting it well, and so I just get like a little bit. Oh, it's so annoying. Just want a proper run of it. Right, today's makes obviously have got the sewable plastic, which is really quite easy to use, and people get a bit worried about it, but don't. The hardest thing, if I'm being completely honest, is the cutting out. Things you will also need, and thank me for, you don't have to thank me, but you will, is this. Your quilter's wash away tape. Now, Gemma, did you get my message to say that I'd bought some 22-yard rolls of this as well, for those of you that are greedy and want a lot? I don't blame you. They are due in today. So, get some of these. You will thank me, you don't have to. But this is going to make all the difference. Now that I've said wash away tape, washi tape is great because, let me just show you. When you want to cut, this is going to slip around all over the place.
Oh, yes.
Tape it down one side, then use and make sure you line it up. I'm going to give you all the top tips. Pay attention. If you pay attention to nothing else today, I'm in teacher mode now. Just pay attention to this bit, because this is the bit that will make the difference for you. Okay, so I have taped one side and I've taped it on the line.
Marvellous.
On the line. I am going to cut that because we've got 2 makes today. If I shut up and actually start making stuff and stop ranting about
crack
dogs doing stuff they shouldn't. So my son managed to, at his birthday party this weekend, the boy child managed to do roller skating and not break anything.
Which is excellent.
Him
It is
or
excellent.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Excellent.
As Diane has said, what an amazing weekend you must have had. So jealous. I can't decide whether this is a level of sarcasm relating to Mabel's punami, or whether this is directed at Karen and her
I'm
night out.
going to say I'm hoping Karen, because let me tell you this. I love my children dearly, but that was 3 hours of my life that I will never get back from the hellhole that is Kids World. Just know. And I rocked up there with a large party of children to be told, no, we don't have any jugs. We lack jugs. Are you telling me there is a jug shortage in Cornwall? To which one of the mothers who's about to be made redundant went, oh, maybe this could be my new business. I was like, what? Lovely jugs. Yeah.
Big jugs.
Big jugs.
Yeah.
Well, we both went, what, big jugs? And giggled to ourselves because we're clearly children. And then I went, oh, lovely jugs. And then we giggled a bit more because
we are children.
we are children.
Yeah.
We tell our children not to do such things, and yet we still do. So, that was hours of my life I will never get back.
Yeah.
I then made a grown man cry. Well done me.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've bought baby Willy Wally, my nephew, who I now apparently
not
have to call Bill.
Okay. But you're
Yeah,
allowed to call
baby
Willy
Bill.
Willy. Baby
William
Bill?
Walter. They called him William Walter. It's clearly going to be Willy Wally, right?
Yeah.
Clearly going to be Willy Wally. Apparently only in my head, and now my children have started calling it in front of my brother as well. So I'm going to be in a whole world of trouble. I've got to stop that now. Baby Bill, I found the most beautiful antique handmade walker. And it's in the shape of a car at the front, and all the wooden blocks are handmade.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So I went to pick it up from this chap. Oh, I got the whole history of it. His grandfather had made it for him. It's over 65 years old. And then he gets all teary because he starts telling me about his grandfather. And I'm like, really? I said, are you sure you actually want to sell it?
Yeah.
I'm buying an heirloom here and it's
Yeah.
not my family. So that was a bit awkward and
Wow,
uncomfortable.
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it did make a grown man cry. But it's beautiful. I had to promise him that baby Bill would look after it. He's one. He's going to have to look after it.
Yes.
Maybe I'll put, we've got some of that, the lagging for the pipes.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe put some
Maybe I'll just put some of that around it
like a
so that
bumper
it doesn't.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It'll be fun.
Nice.
So, made a grown man cry, lost hours of my life in Kids World, and then had a punami of all devastation everywhere.
And then spent 3 years on the motorway
3
praying
years
that
on
the
the
dog
motorway.
wouldn't desecrate your car.
Smelling slightly like an old hippie because I put so many incense sticks around my
Yes.
house to try and make it smell less of dog,
Excellent.
more of hippie.
A great weekend's progress.
So I think she's probably talking about
Yeah.
Karen's weekend, not mine.
None of the children broke an arm. Unlike Sylv,
Winning.
who the last time Sylv went roller skating, she was 11 and she broke her arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sylv, no.
Yes.
Don't do
yes,
that.
yes.
Do not do that.
Ali needs to die in a darkened room, apparently.
Oh,
Lovely
oh.
farmer Ali, West Berkshire. She says she's having a sort out after a hysterical weekend retreat with John Cole Morgan.
Oh gosh.
Definitely a lie down.
Yeah. A
On
lie
it.
down situation for sure
We
there.
adore him, you know this. However, a full weekend of John, crikey bobs.
I'll be there with a mask.
I need all the incense and some Zen music.
Well, you really would, wouldn't you?
Adore him. He's like Tigger. I always say he's like Tigger.
It's totally type to go.
That's why we don't give him energy drinks or coffee. We try and avoid both with him.
He bought one from the
He
cafe.
brings them with him.
I
I don't voluntarily give them to him though.
Gosh, no.
No.
No, it's like Izzy. We can't give our office child one either
No.
because no.
No.
What am I doing? I'm prepping this plastic. I'm just cutting strips of it for various different makes. To do whatever size you wish. How wide actually is? I'm going to do one A4 size, Gem.
I'm just going to put it out there, Tash.
What?
Diane, with her amazing weekend celebrations, and what an amazing weekend you must have had. So jealous. John
What?
Cole Morgan's retreat.
Oh,
That
John Cole
is what
Morgan's
she's
retreat.
alluding to.
It
She's
wasn't.
saying to Ali, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, no one would
We're
be
a bit slow
envious
on
of
the
my
uptake on a Monday
weekend.
morning here, people. Thank you for,
Thanks for joining us. Sorry, I feel like it's a bit like therapy. Like I've ranted and shared everything with you, overshared probably, like way too much, and it's all good. I feel much better now. Thanks. Now I'm just going to trim this actually to the same size as my A4 piece of paper. That's going to be a thing for me, Jim.
Very good.
Just because I've said that you can. If you're following the instructions, then you can do it to the size of your zip. But if you want to, because I've said you can, pop it in wherever, then you can. So, which one shall we make first? Because I'm now prepped and ready to go on either make. Oh, I haven't even shown you the other make yet. So how would you know?
I did think you were just cracking on there.
So I made this today.
Nice.
Can I show you the zip? Because I really love the zip. And I do have just a couple. Look at that. It's got the rainbow zip and the neon. And I'm going to be able to fit all the stuff in all the world in it. And I'm going to be able to see where it is.
Which was the point of the make?
It was the point of the make. Jane has one because
We love Jane.
we love Jane.
Can I have
But
mine,
as she says of herself, sometimes she is quite blind and can't see stuff. In fact, all of us in my house can be at times.
It's a prerequisite to work for Natasha Makes that you do need to be at times quite blind.
Quite blind,
And not able to find things.
So, pop everything in there, stands up, job done. And then it's also got a little, so you can, and it's all good. So, that is what, should we make that first or second?
I don't know, Tash. You've befuddled and confused me.
Befuddled and bemused?
Oh, what does everyone want to do? Do you want...
I do have kits for this as well.
Yes, so that...
So shall I flash those around as well?
So we have the Lace Zip Project Pouch, which is the first of the kits Natasha showed you. Star Lace
Oh,
Zip
the
Project
star
Pouch.
ones, yeah.
And then this one is the Find Everything Pouch.
Yeah, because you wouldn't let me call it the Quite Blind pouch.
No, we can't call it the Quite Blind Pouch.
But it stops you from feeling like you are being.
This is the Find Everything
pouch.
Because you can find everything.
You can
see it straight away.
Brilliant.
Through the bag.
So if you would like, you get a 1/2 metre of your zip, you get your zip pull, and you get your binding. I've wound them all up. Wind my bobbin, well, my binding up.
Wound everything up.
All right. All right. There's no need for that now.
I'm already wound up this week because I've got the pressure of trying to make sure that Mini PT has a fabulous birthday because on Saturday she's going to be 18.
She is. I've got a handful of these with the pink binding.
Yep.
And the white zip with the silver teeth and the silver pull.
Beautiful.
Now this one, love this one, is you've got your peacock binding and then you've got your rainbows. How beautifully does the rainbow zip go with it? And you've got your rainbow zipper. And again, these were the last bits of the zipper tape that we had in these colours. So I whacked them in a little thingity ding ding. We are doing bottomless brunch though, aren't we, next weekend?
We are.
For Mini PT.
We are.
Can't wait. It's been a long time since I've been to an 18th. Probably since I was 18.
Yes.
Green and gold. Yeah, how swish do they look?
You're there as her honorary
Father.
absent parent, yeah.
Yep. Obviously. This may sound strange to people who might be watching for the first time going, what are you two on? Yeah. Meg takes after me in lots of ways.
She does. And my friend Jen. So we often joke that, either of you could have been her biological father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're both going to be there. I might sit you next to
Brilliant!
each other.
I've not met Jen.
I don't think you have, no.
No,
And
no,
you
no.
get on famously. You both ordered exactly the same food as well, which made me laugh.
Well, obviously, it's a bottomless brunch, and then Gemma says, what do you want? Well, clearly kedgeree isn't going to be it, is it? Not when it's more calories. Oh, hang on. I need another rant. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm ranting quite a lot today.
Rantosaurus.
But when you're going out for dinner,
Yeah.
right, or brunch, bottomless brunch, which clearly means I'm going to be eating and drinking all the food in all the world, and then have a really early start to get across to Crate and Craft the next day and look professional, I don't want to know how many calories I'm eating.
No.
Who does that? How mean is that?
It's quite mean.
But do you know what? I would have chosen the kedgeree as thinking I was having a healthier thing. Turns out it's got way more calories than the full English. Pfft, what? What a waste of calories that would have been. Anyway, restaurants don't do it. I don't want to know. It's between me and my scales the next day. This is like what I just made, Gemma.
Natasha.
Yeah.
You've sent me different colourways of this kit.
Yes.
But not all of the colourways of this kit, it would appear.
No, I did.
There might be some more to add.
Oh, I've only got 2 of these. I did send you this one. What?
It's not come through to me.
What?
It's not come through to me.
No. Definitely took the picture.
You probably took the picture and then just expected me to magically know what you were doing.
Defo took the picture. There's the picture. I've just sent it to you again.
Oh, no, I didn't have that one. Or the pink one.
What? Hang on. Soz everybody.
Sauce babes.
Soz babes. What was I doing? Why did I not send all of these?
I don't know. You probably got distracted by something shiny. But it's fine. This is a momentary job.
Oh no, I didn't, did I? I sent you...
Oh, good. There we go.
No, I sent you another
you.
one. Twice. That's really helpful, isn't it?
Yeah. Just 2 each of those 2.
Huh?
Was it 2 each?
I've only got 2 of these.
Of the pink as well.
Of the pink, I've only got 2 of those as well.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It was
why
like the
you've not
last little bit. Because you know how we always underload the zips. But I have got a few more of the grey with the rose gold. Grey and pink. Very, very beautiful. I'm going to demo in this colourway. So I'm just going to seal these up so I don't lose stuff. And I've only got 2. I did send you... Gemma, how fabulous is this dark rainbow zip?
That you did send me.
I'm going to go on a close-up so you can see this. Look. Because it's really understated. Oh, it would help if the buttons worked. Come on! There we
I
go.
love it when the buttons work.
Yeah, we all love it when the buttons work. Look at that. And I've picked out that dark purple to go with it. Wow. And you get a fat quarter of your PU, blah, blah. Oh, and your zip pull as well. Hooray! By the way, you get double the amount of zip that you actually need in there. So if you want to make your own little binding, because you'll be getting a little binding tool. And, well, only if you buy one, like it's not part of the kit. Before anyone gets excited and then goes, we didn't get it. No. Gemma, I've got to try and remember how to make all these things.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Might be one of those days where we say, watch it to the end.
I think that's always wise. Watch it to the end. With a cuppa. Then start your mate.
Oh, and in those kits, by the way, you got the fat quarter of PU as well. Sobel PU. So that's,
Lovely.
as I just casually lob it in the corner. In the box with all the other stuff so that I don't forget. Right, so I'm going to start off now by cutting my sewable plastic, my fabric that I want to show on the inside and the fabric I want to show on the outside. And if you want to use your interfacing, there is absolutely no pressure for you to do so, but should you wish, whatever your interfacing choice, then feel free to crack on and cut that to the same size. So everything gets cut to the same size.
Lovely.
How easy is that?
Very.
Whatever size you choose to make it to, whether it's the width of your zip or whatever, it's up to you. I am going to cut everything to the same size as this A4 piece of paper so that this can go in my folder. Hang on. If and only if Gemma. Oh, yes. Oh, have I turned my iron on?
It does help, you know.
Hang on. That'll do it. You know, when I asked for a little bit of, well, quite a lot of.
Did the team give you plenty again?
Huh?
Did they give you plenty
I
again?
would always rather have more than not enough. We know this. We know this.
Oh, Meg's appeared. What are you having at brunch? She's having a full English. Of course she's having a full English.
Hi, Meg. Yeah, clearly a full English.
Whereas Grandma and I, of course, are having the French toast with all the fruit and stuff.
That sounds a bit healthy.
Well, Ed's has got, you know,
Yeah.
she loves the sweet things, so she's got a sweet tooth. That's not so much me, but there's eggs in practically everything else. And you know I don't do eggs.
What are you doing then? What are you having?
I'll do French toast as well, I think.
Oh, but hang on, isn't French toast... Isn't that dipped in egg? And
There's no egg mentioned on the menu.
I thought French...
I
hang
thought so
on, I
too.
thought French toast was dipped in egg and then fried.
Well, I thought so too, but it doesn't say so.
'Cause you
so
don't
I'm
like
going
egg.
to check.
Well, I'm now worried for you.
I haven't ordered it.
Haven't you?
Ordered anything
You ordered
yet.
mine.
I haven't ordered anything yet. I've got to get everybody's orders, not just yours.
What do you mean it's not all about
It's
me?
not-
When your daughter's 18?
About you.
What? Hang on, what's
Not
going on?
About you.
They're under false pretences.
I know we're there as honorary olds, you know.
What?
We're not supposed to be there because we are quite old. I know.
No. Meg has said all along that she wanted to celebrate her 18th. Well, with me anyway. Can you be the honorary old?
Oh, bit
I would.
rude.
I'd like to be fun dad.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
I'm
Excellent.
still debating anyway whether to have that or whether to have a quesadilla. A
Do you know,
chicken quesadilla.
scintillating show talk again
I know,
this morning
food,
for everyone.
food.
Sorry,
10:30,
but you know.
and we're talking about food again. Sylph says, Gemma, did you not bring your crystal ball to work today, or was it your telepathic goggles you forgot? I know, Sylph. Welcome to my world. You impressed with how I managed to not sing that, Natasha?
In my head,
Held
I'm
it in.
singing it for
yeah,
you.
me too. Me too.
What did I find the other day to sing that I was enjoying muchly? Can't remember what it was now.
Oh, Tash, you've
What?
just made the day of many people at Farmer Alley's.
Why? Morning, Farmer Alice.
She says the chaps are in for a warm-up and they misheard you saying that you're going to flash your kits.
Oh! I'm going to be honest, no one wants to see that. No one. Best covered is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh, dear me. Well. Unlike the Lost Withiel Young Farmers calendar that I bought for Inga, where the farmers are not covered, because we've done the men in kilts.
Mm-hmm.
The Scottish men doing yoga. That was her last year's
Yes.
calendar, wasn't
Yes.
it? And this year we had to find something else. So this year it was the young farmers from the neighbouring village who wanted cash for their
course
for
they
their
did. For their
they're
efforts.
quite enterprising,
Yes.
these young farmery types. But yeah.
The food theme is continuing in the chat, Natasha.
Yeah, you see, this is it. I sometimes I feel bad, like we should be a little bit more professional.
No.
And then I remember that you are our tribe, so
Yes.
it really doesn't matter
They are.
at all. And I feel better again.
Oh, Sue Langford says, after stuffing my face in Krakow, I thought I was being healthy, ordering a poached pear. It turned out it was a beautifully crafted chocolate shell to look like a pear, and then it was filled with cream cheese. Such a shame.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Leslie has joined, and she says, can I just say that the jacket is gorgeous, Natasha?
Thank you very much. I basically feel like I'm wearing a curtain. I'm not going to lie, but I'm happy with that because it's keeping me warm.
Oh, the French
go with
toast
that.
is dipped in beaten egg, cream, icing, sugar, all sorts.
It's going to be, isn't it?
No.
You see, this is it.
This is gallbladder
Now,
hell for me.
Gemma, if you'd actually looked at the calories, you'd have worked that out. What a good job that they tell you the calories.
Thanks, everyone.
I always say it's really good that they tell you the calories on these things. Don't I always say that,
really
Jem?
good. Yeah, really
I
good.
always say
Didn't have
that.
a rant about it at all.
No!
I'm going to have to go quesadilla then, aren't I?
Why don't you just go full English?
Because it's got... I don't eat
All the fun.
sausages.
What?
I don't eat sausages to set my gallbladder off. And I don't eat eggs.
What do you mean you
I
don't
don't
eat
eat
sausages?
tomatoes. So I'd have to, literally be swapping out half the
Are
menu.
we even friends?
I know.
How are we friends?
Sauce babes.
Right, I'm just going to attach my...
I mean, I could just go Prosecco only, let's be honest. That might be the way.
Oh,
me
God.
who doesn't drink. Just have a water. Just have a water and a plate full of ice.
I'm just going to change the subject completely here. I think last time I used HH650 on my other one. Now, so I fused that one side. If you want to fuse it the other side to stop this moving around, you've got choices. If you've got your wash away quilter's tape, you can whack a little bit of that in and press it in place. That will do the trick. But my newfound favourite thing to do, now that I've discovered that Vlizelina, I cannot forgive them for this, Gemma. Now that I know that Vlizelina are stopping HH650, how very dare they?
It's really not okay.
I've had to improvise and find ways to make double-sided fusible fleecing.
Yes.
So if you've got any of your bond and repair
Yeah.
or bond away, I mean, this is it. If you've got some left over from taping up the hem of trousers where they give you like a little squiddly bit, you can just put a little squiddly bit around there.
Yeah.
Again, that is a technical term.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just pop that on there if you want to make anything. So this is why I didn't use the HH650, because in the instructions I say, and you can do this. And it's not fair when I come out with these grand statements and then don't actually show you how to do it. Is it, Gemma?
No.
It's really annoying.
Yes.
And I realise that. So I'm just going to do it. Woo! Steamy.
Reminded me of the elephant show. Oh, and there it is again.
Oh no, was that the show I embarrassed myself?
It was really, yeah. One of my faves, to be honest.
One of my favourite quotes. Was that the quote that you wrote up on our board?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah,
Now-
the Festival Elephant, if anyone ever needs a laugh, try and find the Festival Elephant show.
Don't.
That was, I think, just shy of an hour in.
It was just before we finished
Yeah.
it. Just before we finished.
Yeah. And it was a pre-record, and there was absolutely no way we were going to record that show again.
Oh,
We had
gosh,
too
no.
much to do. But Natasha might have slightly disgraced herself with what she said.
Wow, what a surprise.
Totally by accident.
Yeah.
At around, I'm going to say about 55 minutes.
Right, I'm going to give you another
show.
useful tip. If you've got one of our pressing mats, I'm trying to get some more of these, but Alistair's got to get a new, obviously the price of everything's gone up and the
Yes.
price of felt has gone up. And this isn't any old felt, this is top quality felt as used by the Queen on the underside of the, not fancy dress things for the
Yes.
people with big bear hats. What are they called? If you need to, at any point, get any kinks out of your sewable PU, after you've steamed on your mat, you can just hold it over. If that ain't going to do it, I've got a bit of a kink there, fold over your pressing mat and you can very, very gently press it. Don't go crazy. Jimmy's looking confused now.
No, it's just a burning smell.
Oh no, that's the iron. That's not this. Don't worry.
That's fine.
And so you can eke out any wotsits. So again, I'm going to trim this down. So I'm going to line everything up on that bottom line there. Pop that on there so that I know how big I need this to be. Get me ruler if I could reach it.
Oh, Trisha's watching half an hour behind over on YouTube, and she's fallen in love with the gorgeous cushion. Wednesday, Trisha. Wednesday. Come and see Jane on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. All the Wednesdays. There we go. So, it is this easy. So this is the size. So I'm going to do an A4 one today.
So,
Now,
a question from Steph, who says, if you cut it the same size as A4 paper, what about the seams? Will the paper still fit?
oh, no, I'm not going to put paper in this.
No.
I'm going to put all my pencil cases in there.
So it goes in an A4 binder. If you did want it to fit paper A4 sheets in,
Then just add an inch on.
then you'd have to make it a smidgy bit bigger.
Because then you've got, because you want to get it in and out. So you want to allow for the fact that you're going to use, hang on, my binding. Where's my binding?
Natasha's making
Yes.
this as a pencil case to go into her
Yeah, to
ring
hold all my
binder.
stuff.
So when you take your ring binder with you, you've not got to carry a separate pencil case.
I would allow an extra inch because that then gives you half-inch grace. So quarter of an inch there, quarter of an inch, that's half an inch, and then gives you a half an inch extra to be able to stuff your paper in. So just your A4 piece of paper, add an inch on all the way around.
An extra inch or two, because
You know, you don't want to struggle.
no one ever sad to have an extra.
No one
inch
ever
or
wants
two.
to struggle.
No.
So then you want to decide where you want your opening to be. So I'm going to sort of go around or about there. But again, this is down to just your personal preference. Again, line up your plastic on your mat. You're going to be constantly lining this up. And if I had time, I would be getting my tape out. But I'm realising that, you know, I keep chatting and ranting this morning. I've had a bit of a rant. I'm really sorry. But
Donna's arrived late. She says, sorry, I was at dancercise class.
Donna would understand.
Good for
Donna's
you,
got.
Donna.
I think Donna's got dogs. I want to say Donna's got dogs. I don't think I've just made that up.
No, I'm not sure. We'll find out.
It was, to be fair, in Mabel's defence, it wasn't as bad as when my Great Dane got ill
Nothing's
once.
as bad as when a Great Dane has a similar affliction.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
But basically redecorated.
I had
didn't
to
he?
redecorate an entire room when Eric
After
got
he
ill.
had redecorated. Oh my God. A beautiful thing.
I'm sure other people have other slightly horrific stories as well. Right, so we're going to run a line of wash away tape. This is where you can actually start to see the demo because I'm working with something that isn't see-through, which is fabulous. Take that off. Now, obviously we can see my zip is longer. That is okay. What I would suggest you do is just pop it on away from the metally bits so you can trim those off and not have to worry about sewing over them later. So it actually sort of works in your favour. Get your finger and just run along there so that you can make sure that when you open that zip, it is you're still going to be able to. You haven't got the plastic right up in the zip groove, track, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And then I'm just going to sew along it. I've got bright orange thread in. Might just change that. Bear with me, corner. Look at me getting all professional, Gem, and just changing stuff.
Excellent.
Although actually, I do quite like it with the...
Oh, Claire Angelina's inquiring as to which end of the Great Dane it was. Claire, if we say that the Great Dane could have done with borrowing Inga's brown trousers, I think that just covers it.
Oh, poor Eric. He was so well.
Yeah.
He was so... I'm going to do this in orange so that you can
Oh.
see.
Auntie Lizzie's arrived.
Morning, Auntie Lizzie. You've missed all the gory talk.
You
For
have.
anyone that's eating like a late breakfast or something,
Sauce babes.
I'm really sorry.
Julia says, having dogs is brilliant. Bless them. Oh dear.
It's like when you have children and no
Yeah.
one warns you about the first movement
Yeah.
they have.
Yeah. 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 I
Has
know.
the child been eating tar? What's going
Exactly.
on?
What is this?
What is this? Now, I've done this, as we can all see, in orange thread so that you can see. Please match your thread to the same colour as your zip. Yeah. And then you're going to do the same. Run your line of tape there. I'm doing this in the interests of you being able to see, because I realise that half of this demo is with clear, see-through stuff that is quite tricky to see. But really, give it a go. Now again, I'm going to line that up and do it the other way. So I'm going from the underside. Line these up so that everything is always lining straight, and then I can align this end on there so that I'm lining everything up straight. And your wash away quilter's tape is basically, if you've got a basting glue pen,
Oh yes,
that works as well.
it do.
And then I'm just going to take this back to the sewing machine and stitch down there.
Lovely. My mother's arrived.
Hey, Eds!
Mercifully, after the
Such
report
talk.
of Mabel and her various afflictions.
Poor Mabel. She looks
Poor
so sorry for herself.
She's
She's got that, I mean, being a Cocker Spaniel, a show Cocker, she's got that kind of Princess Diana look going on anyway. Where she sort of looks up at you underneath, all like, oh.
Beautiful eyelashes, yeah.
She's got ridiculous eyelashes.
She has.
Almost as long as my son. Why do boys have long eyelashes? It's
Oh, it's so
really not fair. It's really not fair.
Unnecessary.
Do you remember when Freddie turned around to me and said, oh, Mummy, my eyelashes keep getting tangled in my eyebrows? I'm like,
He's got a decent pair of brows as well, though, hasn't he?
stop there, because
Yeah.
I have no sympathy.
None.
I would love my eyelashes to be naturally that long, and given that I made you, why did I not see fit to do that for myself first? Why? Clearly not. Because I'm going to chop off the metal end bits, I'm just going to sew over the edge there, and then move this zip in a little bit, and that's a technical term for sewing over the end of your zip. If you need to, hand crank. But these are plastic zips, so you're going to be okay. Plastic, nylon. Nylon's type of plastic, isn't it? And again, you know, you're not going to see this, so don't worry about it. Not as in it's part of my invisible demo. I mean, as in you're not going to see it because it's going to be covered by the binding. I just do an invisible demo, Jen. It's all the fun.
We love an invisible demo.
Love an invisible demo. You're basically just basting it so that you can't just suddenly get overexcited and whip your zip off.
No one needs to be doing that.
Would
No
not be a
whipping
thing.
off of zips.
Put your best scissors to one side. Find your scissors that aren't your best scissors, and then trim in line.
Yeah, but do make sure you've put that zip pull in the middle. Otherwise, if it's off at the side and you chop it off, you're in a load of bother.
There we go. Look at that.
Perfect. Look at that.
So that's now going to sit on here.
Oh, this is coming together nice and quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, right. It really is.
I do love an express make.
Now. What I'm going to say to you is, again, we are going to use this tape to basically baste everything in place all over the shop. So I'm going to put this tape round here, all the way round. Oh. It does not want to stick for some reason. I think because it's
Has it
still
been
a
in the cold
little...
car?
No, it's because it's slightly damp still from ironing it.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, I don't want to do that. Come on, tape.
You never have a problem with the tape sticking.
No, I know.
How funny.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Lisa says that she has one son and two daughters, but the son is the one with the fab eyelashes. It's not okay.
It's not
is it?
fair. Just saying.
Maybe it's a hunter-gatherer
not
type thing.
fair. What do you mean?
No. Well, there's certain, like, men generally have stronger nails, which is partly hormone-based, but also there's a theory that, you know, as cavemen, they'd have been the hunter-gatherers and they'd have needed the sharp claws to go digging and, you know, scavenging and all of that. There is this theory held. So you wonder whether their eyelashes need to be there to protect the eyes when
For what?
Well, protecting the eyes when hunting and stuff. Well, that's what
Right.
eyelashes are there for, aren't they?
Gemma.
Protecting the eyes.
I'm sorry. If you're out hunting bears, having a good set of eyelashes ain't going to do a thing. What are you going to do? Bat them at the bear and go,
Stop-
oh,
I don't
don't
know,
eat
it's a
me.
grit getting in your eyes whilst you're digging and foraging and hunting and all of that. I know, look at your face. You're like, oh, how annoying. It's that scene in Gavin and Stacey where Mick realises that Pam's talking rubbish, but there's a logic to it, so we can't argue with her. That's basically our relationship. Marvellous. Oh dear.
Help me, someone. I'm just basting this in place on slightly damp fabric, and it doesn't want to stay.
Men don't do as much housework, says Elizabeth. I mean, controversial. In our household, actually, I cook, he cleans.
Oh, Mr. Thomas is very good at cleaning.
Yeah, he is.
I've never known the like.
I do all changing.
Certainly never
clothes and
married the like, that's for
stuff.
sure.
He loves the Hoover. He runs around with the Hoover, and he likes polishing surfaces, but not like wooden surfaces. He doesn't agree with polish, which I do.
Hey,
and I'm the one who waves the bleach around as well. I'm a bit of a fan. But he does, polish up the worktops, and every night I'll cook, and then he has to go and deal with the hob.
I know, I tried to help the other night. I tried to help by, like, cleaning up after dinner.
No, because he polishes the hob to a high shine, so I used to do it, but then he'd still go and polish it to a high shine afterwards, and I thought, what's the point of us both doing this? Just, I will cook and he can clean.
That works beautifully then, doesn't it? Well, we know that this tape stuck because it stuck earlier. It just stuck to the zip that was not slightly damp.
This is called, Monday, isn't it? This is what this is. Just Monday antics. That's
Monday antics.
Yes.
I'm going to press down on that. Do you know what I'm going to do? And this is a top tip for anybody else who suffers the same fate. The quilter's tape is very effective. It gives a much more permanent adhesion if warmed.
Oh, clever top tip.
So, whilst it was upsetting itself, because it was in fact slightly damp, the fact that it is now slightly warm means that it's staying.
Bond.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
And also but again, don't iron straight onto that plastic. It is plastic. And then I'm just going to straighten everything up, because unless you are super accurate with your zip sewing, there is every chance that...
Oh, bless. Anne Hill says, morning, ladies, you are brilliant together. I mean, there's a reason we've tolerated each other all these years, isn't there? We've said many times, if one of us was a chap...
Oh, we'd have been married,
Yeah.
happily married for years and years and years. I have to, anybody new that I meet, especially in the wonderful world of dating again, I have to explain who you are, Gemma, because you get mentioned quite a lot. And I go, well, she's sort of my work wife.
She's just my wife.
She's my wife. And then they look at me and I'm like, oh, no, not like that.
Even the
She's
people at
just
school know. The teachers, they all know. They all know I'm your wife. Because you're
At whose school?
At the kids' school.
Oh, my kids' school?
Yeah, because Freddie, when you were talking about, techniques around how you plan your day and all that kind of stuff, and what
oh,
Freddie,
yeah. No, I really embarrassed myself there too.
Well, what are your coping mechanisms, Tash? How do you organise yourself? And you went,
I've got a Gemma.
Oh, Gemma. It's my wife. Yeah,
I've got to be really careful now about what I say about school.
Oh.
Because the headmaster follows us on Facebook.
Oh. Hi, headmaster. Yeah.
Morning. He took two of the kids to Exeter, I want to say Chiefs or something, some sort of rugby thing yesterday. I can't imagine why my child, that is a foot taller than every other child in the school, was chosen for such a thing.
And solid.
And
He is solid. He's a solid lad.
Do you know what, though? He's not as solid as he was.
Oh, really?
Because, well...
He's broad on the shoulders, though, is what
yeah,
I mean.
no, he is.
Yeah.
But Freddie gets a little bit covered, and then he grows, and he gets all skinny again.
That's what Meg did. Meg did this. Meg used to worry that she was getting, squishy, and then she'd suddenly shoot up and be super skinny and really tall. It's just how they go. And when they're about to have a growth spurt. No, I mean, he's got broad shoulders, though, so he'll be brilliant for rugby. Like, he's solid.
Do you want to see what I'm doing? Because,
Yeah.
Right. So, I've put another line of my quarter swatchway tape on the top. I'm going to measure my binding. If you've made your own binding, you'll be using that. Just make sure you've got it to the stage. Well, yeah, where you've got the raw edges folded in, and then you can just give it a little. And then you're going to take this off. Why? Because quite frankly, it's just easier that way. You can battle it all you want if you don't have the tape. But again, why? Why would you? When you know, God has created a perfectly good implement to make life easy.
Yeah, don't make life difficult.
Why would you do it any other way? I am going to use 1,000,000 clips though, because obviously the back isn't attached.
No. Jimmy says, congratulations you two, I did not know you were married. Lol. It feels like that, I tell you.
Neither
We
does
bicker
Gemma's
like
husband.
we're married. I find things like we're married. Where are my keys? I don't know where your keys. Well, you should know where my keys are. Where are they? Oh, are they here? Did you leave them here?
I'm not rude about it.
No, but in a we do this. We do a comical thing. We do march around the warehouse. Various comical things going on.
And then I'm just going to sew across
Especially
there.
when things are missing.
Things are always missing.
Debbie says, my son Ben has beautiful long eyelashes. When he was a baby, he won a competition for baby organics products. He had the perfect photo shoot for his trial, but on the main one for the food packet, they sat him in front of a basket of vegetables. He picked up an onion and bit it. He couldn't stop crying, so his chance of being all over Tesco's was blown. I cried all the way home, she says.
Oh no.
So close to fame.
Before I started working as a TV presenter, and it was only literally a couple of months before, and if Freddie had got the job, I wouldn't have taken the job at Crate and Craft. Freddie auditioned for the child in Doc Martin.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was their first choice, but because he was such a munch, wasn't he, as a baby? He was a good-looking little baby. He was really cute, and he had white blonde hair and these great long lashes, and he's always happy. He was always happy as a child. Still is, actually. And but they said, oh, the trouble is, he's just a bit older. So we think, the trouble is we need him to not be toddling and walking.
Yeah.
He didn't start any of that until he was 16 months. He is the laziest child I have ever met in my entire life. There's no parents whose kids start walking at 9 months. 16 months! And he's like, oh, well, I might just,
Yeah, Meg was walking on her first birthday.
16 months.
Lazy little toad.
I know, eh? If I'd have known that, and I could have told them with my crystal ball, he'd have so had that part. And then, though, I wouldn't have TV presented all over the place. And then,
This is true. It all happens for a reason.
Well, it does, isn't it? You just got to believe that your life is happening perfectly for you.
Natasha, if anyone's worried about using binding, this is 4 individual pieces of lining and 4 straight lines of stitching, right?
Oh yeah.
So this is not a concern. And also,
No.
if you're worried about sewing onto the sewable plastic, you're not. You've got
Do you know
this
what?
in
The
way.
sewable plastic is really easy to sew onto, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute.
Great.
But this just means that your foot is always actually going to be on the binding.
Because it's a concern, isn't there? People have concerns about sewing onto
People have
plastic or
concerns
PU
about
or-
all sorts of things and
Yeah.
really don't. So look, I can show you this. We've sewn top and bottom, nay bother. All right. And now when we come to do the sides, again, I'm going to put a strip of my thing here, and that's just holding it in place.
I think Meg might need one of these pouches, to be fair.
And then,
I'm looking
when
at
you're
it.
measuring these end bits, just tuck over one end.
Yeah,
And then you've got all your raw edges encompassed,
lovely.
because then that will sit all the way over that end there. So let me just measure that up, and then a little bit at the end. Again, just wherever you get to. And if you've gone a little bit over your plastic there, just trim it off so that you're nice and flush.
That's the
both
beauty
ends.
of the binding, isn't it? It's hiding everything.
It's hiding a lot, which is great.
Yeah.
So then again, I'm going to take off that washaway quarters tape. Why do I use washaway quarters tape? I hear probably absolutely nobody asking, but if you were to ask, if you
They
were,
just trust you, Natasha.
it's because it doesn't gunk your needle. It has been what I find. I can only speak as I find because I use this stuff almost on a daily basis, I have to say, these days. And I'm just going to repeat that on the other end. Yeah, it just doesn't gunk your needle, which I love.
No.
And you see then that's going to encapsulate. Oh no, I need to fold that over a little bit more. All your raw edges. Yeah, you wouldn't want to eat a raw onion, would you?
No. It's funny how different children are, isn't it? Saying about the walking. Sue Langford's just said, my youngest walked into the health visitor holding one of my hands at 7.5 months.
Oh!
And walked solo at 8.5 months. She's still a force to be reckoned with at 23. This is like Meg. She toddled into her 2-year check, chatted the lady's ears off. The lady was there absolutely gobsmacked that Meg knew all the shapes and colours and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She got the 3-year check out, checked that off and said, well, she doesn't need seeing again until she goes to school. She was 22 months when she passed a 3-year check. It was insane.
You do get ones like that, don't you?
Yeah,
I told you
you
about when
do.
Emily decided that she wanted to count. She just counted as she walked up the stairs. She wasn't even 2 years old.
No.
And I remember Stephen saying to me, well, why did she stop at 11? I was like, there are only 11 stairs, Stephen.
Yeah. Yeah. So she stopped.
She's not going to count anymore, is she? That's it.
No.
Don't want to waste the effort. And I'm just going to stitch down there. And all of those raw edges are now happily encompassed in those edges. Easy McPeak. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Sylv says if you add holes with eyelets, you could attach the pouch to a ring binder. That is exactly
That's what we're doing.
Tasha's doing, Sylv. I love that you can see that and you missed the start.
But you see, my foot is always on that binding. So if you are worried, then don't be. This is your kind of like your starter PU project. The next one is when you are more comfortable
Yeah.
with a bit of PU. So that's 2 of your sides
It's
done.
fab, isn't it?
And then you put the other one on, and then yeah, exactly that. Sylv, you just pop your eyelets on. I need to press that again under
Eyelets
there.
are super easy as well. We have a little vintage caravan, I think a lot of you know, and Guy, when we were at a car boot sale, because I love a car boot, he spotted, of all things, a vintage looking airbed and said, you know, we've been looking for a mat for outside the caravan and you can't find one you like. Well, this would look cool. And I said, yes, Guy, but it's an airbed. Anyway, we did end up buying said airbed. I whipped all the pipe work out, cut it, and I went round the outside with bias binding, really straightforward, and then I put the eyelets in so that we could put tent pegs through it and peg it down to the ground so it wouldn't blow away. So easy to do the eyelets, really addictive, and then I just suddenly wanted to eyelet everything in the house, had to stop myself. It's fun. Like it. Again, you can stop yourself doing these things because you think, oh no, but everything comes in the kit. If you get the starter kit,
Yeah.
you get the setting tool and everything.
We
in there.
had a lovely message from Karen in Scotland this morning. Thank you very much for your email. Talking of stop it, she hadn't quite got in quick enough with one of the Friday deals with, you know, the kits with all the metal press studs in. That I demoed last week. Are you going to get any more in? Yes, I will. You just have to bear with me because I have to import them.
Yes.
So they just take a little bit of time. So guys, this is why when we put things on the Friday deals, they're often stuff that I've imported or we've got the last of or whatever.
Limited stock.
And so, yeah,
Special buys.
if you don't get it then, I may or may not be reordering. But it's just one of those things that if you see it and you want it, you've got to get it then.
Yes.
Because now, you know, there's a little bit of a weight on them.
Indeed.
Yes.
Geraldine says Joseph's just started walking with his walker. He's just coming up for 16 months. He does things when he wants to.
But that's just it, you know. Freddie was born in Cornwall. He considers himself to be Cornish.
Yep.
and having just done Emily's school form, I love the fact, and I don't remember it being on any forms up here, that you can have nationality as white Cornish.
Yeah.
And Freddie is white Cornish.
He is. She says she's loving watching Joseph's funny wobble when he walks. It's just the most adorable time, isn't it? He'll just wobble along looking a little bit drunk.
Is this us next Saturday? Oh no.
Bottomless brunch.
I'm so excited for a bottomless brunch.
Yeah, me too.
Ta-da, that's it done.
Amazing.
And then you just pop your eyelets in as per the instructions of your eyelets and you are done. But it just means that you can pop all your stuff in it all goes.
And Natasha, you can make these any size. You're restricted
can.
on width to what size your zip is.
Yeah,
really.
so
But apart from
like
that,
same zip, made that.
but if you wanted to make a big one as an art folder to keep your paintings and things your child's
Could have done,
made, or
yeah.
you know, brilliant.
And the thing is, okay, I'm gonna use zip on a roll next.
Mhm.
And you can just use a normal zip on this,
Yeah.
should you wish. It's just that these are easier because you just stitch across the top, dink,
Yeah.
dink, dink, and it's done. So there we go. That is make number 1.
Marvellous.
I'm going to have to really speed through this next one.
Fine. Helen's going to see if she can get Steve to make some of these because he needs to do some more stitchery and she loves an easy make.
Ah,
For him.
how
So you can
is he
rope him in.
doing well? Helen,
Well,
is he
I'm
doing all
hoping
right?
she'll tell us.
That's what I want to know.
Geraldine says she likes raw opinions with cheese. I'm guessing she meant raw onions. I quite like the idea of some raw opinions with cheese.
I've had enough of people's raw opinions.
There's always raw opinions with cheese because there's normally also port.
Yeah, right. There's nothing like a raw opinion.
Dear.
Good grief. Right, if you were me, Gemma, you know, I, excuse me, really carefully pre-cut my fabric
You
for
did.
the next demo.
Is it behind the sewing machine? She's got a few things lurking there.
No, but whilst I have a little squiddly look around, do you want to have a look at all of the
Yes.
different zip on a roll options? Because
we
if
have
you
got
buy
lovely ones.
your, if you buy a PU and you're going to make your own binding out of your own favourite fabrics, why not pick your own favourite zip?
You
Hurrah!
could. Gorgeous.
If you're not going for one of the kits this morning.
And we've got lots of different pulls as well. And they're all loaded onto today's collection, natashamakes.com, and you can either go to the Watch Live page or you can go to Make It Monday.
And then you buy your zip pulls to match. These have been so popular, haven't they, with the hearts and the stars and
yes, they have.
all of that. Seriously, what have I done with it?
No, you nana.
Insane. Have I dropped it
Julia
down the front
France.
there?
Nope. Not unless it's in the
Well, no, it's because I'm using something that's see-through. Of
big
course,
box.
it's
The big box with the boots. It looks like a boot box down here. I'm having a nose in a minute. Have you been buying some boots, or are those old boots? As long as your prep isn't in that box. No.
that's tomorrow's one. That's in.
Ooh. Julia says, my two were learning all sorts of things, but not from me. It turned out that Dora the Explorer was the fountain of knowledge. I
Good
know,
old
there's so
Dora.
many learnt a little bit of Spanish early doors from Dora.
Not my daughter. She's not having any of it when you try and teach
Geraldine
her
likes
a
the
bit of Spanish.
suggestion of putting the kids' drawings in. These pouches are just so versatile. There's so much you can
So
do with those.
at Freddie's school, they do certificates every week, and we have to go to family assembly on a Friday for all the certificates in all the world, and yeah, all the kids get certificates. But you know, I put them in a plastic wallet like these. So that he can take them and show his dad.
Oh,
So when he
that's
sees
nice.
his dad at half term and holidays,
And it keeps them all together and nice.
yeah,
and
yeah,
neat.
he gets to show his dad everything he's achieved, which I thought was quite nice. I can't find it, Gemma.
You are a nana.
What, seriously, what have I done with it?
what do you
I
seem to
drive
bring you?
myself mad sometimes.
What, like the day I found your cup of tea in the wardrobe after everyone had the whole warehouse apart trying to find
You're
it?
never going to let me forget
It's
that
the
I
best.
put my tea in the wardrobe.
It's the fact that I wasn't even looking for your cup of tea. I was letting everyone else do it while I was tapping, and then I suddenly went, I know what she's done with this. I walked straight in, opened the wardrobe, went to the top shelf right at the back. I have no idea how I found that. I was a tap into
Because
your head.
I'd been getting changed, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm going to get changed to the show. So obviously I had my cup of tea in hand whilst I was choosing which jacket to wear. I'd just like to say, it's not even like it's my wardrobe anymore.
No,
it has become the warehouse
Communal
wardrobe.
wardrobe.
And so I often rock up, I'm like, looks really familiar. Oh, it's mine.
That looks nice on you.
Oh, my clothes, good.
Petra says, very enjoyable show. Love the pillow behind you. Must have missed the marketing of it.
No, no, this is the marketing of it.
A couple
Wednesday. Welcome to marketing. Yeah. Wednesday.
A couple of times we have mentioned the cushion this morning. It is going to be Wednesday's show.
I'm going mad.
Oh, there's a lot of mentioning of people being perhaps a little more curvaceous, less cuddly than they once were. Pam says, my hubby says I'm festively plump. I'm not sure as Mr. Thomas would ever get away with describing me as festively plump.
I don't think anyone would survive calling me festively plump.
No.
I'm not a turkey.
Oh, Geraldine put a jar of coffee in the fridge last week. It took her nearly an hour to find it.
Geraldine, I'm with you. I am with you. The
what
thing
do you need
is,
the team to bring you, Tash? Apart from your sanity.
I cut it beautifully. Everybody watched me cut it. I'm not going. I cut the strip beautifully.
Okay.
I went, I'm going to use this for my
The
next
moral
dinner.
of this tale being, when you're using sewable plastic, don't put it down. Put it into something, because it's invisible.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Oh,
I don't know what I've done with it. No, because the sewable plastic is due in. That was the last sewable plastic. I'm going to have to do the demo another day then. I can't find it!
Oh, come on.
Oh, what a...
Do I need to come around there?
Hang on. I'm just going to have a little look down. Bear with everybody. Seriously.
So when we say that this is, we call it glass clear sewable plastic.
Yeah, it is.
It really is glass clear sewable plastic.
And the plastic. We are so professional today.
Oh, apparently Lisa put her keys in the fridge due to fibro brain fog. Turned the house upside down before she found them. We've all done that before.
Yeah. Can I tell you the irony? My ex-husband knew me so well. He actually bought me one of those things that you put on your keys so that you can find it.
I remember him doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I lost it.
Yeah. I remember. Steve Law's here. He says, still here, girls.
Steve.
I'm just regularly lurking and trying not to intrude. You're never intruding, Steve.
Oh,
Please get
Steve, you're
involved.
always welcome.
He says,
just don't mind me, just on my hands and knees.
all right.
Grovelling about the place.
Still enjoying the shows and particularly impressed with Gemma and Jane's recent triumph over temperamental tech. Way to go. That was a special situation.
That was a
wasn't
special one, wasn't it?
Auntie Lizzie says, what's on the ruler? That's a little bit there. With
No, it's a little bit. I need it to be 20 inches.
It's not enough inches. She wants 20.
I'm not greedy. I don't think that's an unfair request.
Oh, Claire Angelina's in her new house, and because it's bigger, she's constantly losing her phone and her tea, and she nearly lost her marbles over the weekend, but that's another story. Sue's having a scroll back to see if she can see where you put it.
Oh, do you know what? I love you lot. I really love you lot. I can't...
Oh,
honestly...
is it in your pouch that you can see through? She says. Sorry, can't resist saying this.
I feel like a small meerkat.
Anne says, is it in the box on the floor?
No.
Is it under your ruler?
No.
Oh, did you put it under your mat? You've done that before. Is it under your mat? Or your pressing mat?
This is a fun game, isn't it?
Oh,
for all the family.
It looks like it's on the ironing mat. No, that's a different...
No, that's a little piece. I need bigger pieces so that we can make this. Does anybody actually want to make this anyway? I mean, is it... I don't know.
I know. Definitely not under the cutting mat or the ironing mat.
No.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to have
in.
to wait. Oh no. Hey up. Second set of eyes.
I'm not, you know.
Come on, Jem.
I'm not presentable.
What have I done with it?
Oh, is it in the bottom of this box?
No.
What's that then?
That's part of that kit.
We've got more coming.
I know, but I cut it specially.
Right, but then, in the interests of us having a show, Natasha.
Didn't want to, you know, somebody's kit make me use.
Yes. However, we've got more coming. We can cut a new piece and put that in the kit, and then it will all be fine. It's like swapsies, Tash.
Swapsies. Right. Good. That sounded like a puppy. Okay, so now that Gemma has found me some PU that I didn't want to use because it was meant to be part of kits and is making me use it, I'm going to have to recut it. Bear with me, everybody. Gemma is now on her hands and knees, the other side of the studio going,
It's not here.
what has she done with it? I'm not being blind, am I?
No.
Like, no more blind than usual.
It's not falling down this side.
I know, like, where is it? I now do not have time to do such things as safely,
Right.
as we were, everybody. There it is!
Have you cut that other piece?
Yes! No, I haven't, I've just trimmed it. No, that's the bit I just threw on the floor. Ah!
Oh no!
Do you know, do you think...
laughing? Just as...
Oh, I'm glad everyone's laughing. I'm not. I'm having a small meltdown.
Auntie Lisa says, it's so wonderful to see you're feeling well and laughing and giggling. Yes. She says, haha, in the interest of us having a show. I do get a bit like that, sorry. But, you know, crack on. Lisa says, oh, I love you guys. And Fiona says, well done, Gemma.
Well done, that girl.
There's a lot of laughter going on. Geraldine says, oh, I love you too. You make me laugh.
Do you know what?
Crack on, Tash, crack on. Oh, dear.
Good-o.
There's a lot of people saying you need to run through his recording to see what you did with it. I'll be honest, there's enough to do today. We don't need to crack
It's over there!
Oh, you nana. Have you cut the other piece?
Yes!
Oh, well, we can just make another one.
It fell off the box.
Well, don't do this in future.
And it's see-through, so couldn't see. And you looked, and you couldn't see either.
I
And
wasn't
you've
over there,
normally
to be
got
fair.
quite good seeing eyes.
I have, but I was this side.
I was being quite blind. What?
Self says himself loses things all the time. He once lost his keys whilst I was working away and was locked in the flat for 2 days. Another time he lost his hat and phoned me to ask where it might be.
Look, we joke about this. However, I have been known to get my other half out of a meeting in the past. I can't imagine why my marriage didn't work. To play the If You Were Me game.
You do it to me all the time.
I know, but that's okay because you work with me, so
I know,
that's
but
fine.
you've rung me when I've been in bed and all sorts and gone, now, if you were me.
If you were me? Oh, there's something wrong with the If You Were Me game.
Yeah, okay.
If you were me, where would you have put X, Y, and Z? I think it's a really valuable game.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I would say is, on this, if because you can fit a lot of stuff in there, if you want this to go a little bit higher so that nothing falls, I don't think it, the thing is it's going to stand like that, so I don't think stuff is going to fall out, but if you want to, then you can make these a little bit taller. That's what I would say to you. Do I need to actually put something in there so that people can see the fact that it's...
I mean, the orange outline's helping us to see that that exists. And that's the important part of this make. Do make sure you use a lovely, nice, bright bias painting so the whole thing doesn't disappear. Or that you've got something inside it. Apparently Jimmy emailed us a picture of the teddy he made. I need to see this.
You know what?
He's emailed us a picture of a teddy he's made.
Oh,
I need to see. I'll get Jane to have a look on the emails in a bit.
Right.
Sue says, I found my seam ripper in the fridge when I was looking for comfort.
The dog's barking. It sounds like she needs a bit of comfort.
It
Bless
does.
her. Right. Again, anytime you are cutting this PU, please just line it up on your mat. Use your mat to do the lining up. There we go. And trim them. Yeah. So you can just be a little bit, whoops. That never goes well, does it? Can just be a little bit careful, whoops. well done, me.
Careful, whoops is excellent.
Yeah. Why is that puppy having a
I'm not
yip?
sure why she's squeaking. She's having a good old squeak, isn't she?
She's having a good old squeak. Maybe someone might need to take her to the dog park.
Yes.
Could we send a little message and ask someone to take her to the dog park so that we do not have a disaster in her puppy pen? Right, I'm going to put all of that in a really safe space there. So we know... Oh, hang on. Which was about I needed to use... Gemma, I don't know that I'm safe to actually do anything today.
What is wrong with you
I don't know. We're just a bit discombobulated today.
Yes, like Karen, but with nowhere near as much of an excuse.
No! Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should have just got
Gone
really
out till
drunk all
4 a.m.
weekend.
on
Yeah.
Sunday morning, yeah. Maybe.
Right. So you want to cut your zip to the same width as the top, which in this instance is 10 inches. So let's actually do a demo that you can see. Ba-ba. There we go. Again, not with your best scissors. Okay.
No.
No. You're going to want to put whichever one you choose to go with. Obviously, you get a zip pull in, but you've got... Because I've put 20 inches in and you're only going to use 10, technically you've got enough for another one. So if you want to add another little zip pull in, then you've got another 10-inch piece to use. So let's just prep the zip. For those of you that don't have one of our little clever little tools, this is how we insert a zip on a roll. This used to give me the heebie-jeebies when I worked at Sewing Court, and they're like, oh Tash, we've got the zip on a roll, would you mind demonstrating how to put it on? No, I'm never going to do that because it never used to work. However, with one of these clever little gadgets, we are going to put it all with the right side facing in, and again, open your zip out, come in at an angle, and you're on. Easy.
Amazing.
McPeasy.
And this wasn't our trick.
No, it wasn't. It was
Credit
Lisa
where credit's
Lamb's.
due. Yeah.
And she put a YouTube video up, which was brilliant, and then I couldn't find it. So I made I wrote the instructions down for myself, and then someone asked me for them, and I was like, well, if I'm going to do them for myself, I may as well do them for everybody.
Yeah.
So that is what I did. Am I still going to sew in orange thread? That is the question we're all asking ourselves. Probably not, Gemma. Probably not, as I've got a very pretty zip. So I'm going to go with a very pretty thread.
Oh, nice.
I know, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. We're going to be here some time, people. So if you've got lunch on, maybe just, no, it's going to be a while. To be fair, by the time that I've shown you how to do this, it's really just inserting that side that you need to know about. Wee. Wind the bobbin up. My thumb still hurts, just if anyone's interested.
Oh.
And do you know what's really annoying? What did I find in the cupboard that I took home last week?
What did you take home last week?
You know that germaline stuff that's like new skin stuff? It would have been perfect. Would have hurt like mad when you put it on. Germaline new skin. And I took it home, didn't I, and put it in the... for when the kids go, Mum! Or Mother. God, he started calling me Mother. What's that all about?
He has.
Mother? I don't know what he's... Oh, he's just read Warhorse.
So it's in that there Cornwall.
No, I don't think like...
I know the stuff for your finger.
Oh, yeah, no, it's in Cornwall. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I know where that is. Might not know where, anything else is today, but
No.
I do know where stuff I could really use with is... And it's not here. Never mind. La 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 la. Right. That in there. That on here. We're getting there. Hooray! Do 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 do. Gemma,
Yes.
I've broken the needle threader on my machine.
Oh. And they are an item, aren't they, that needs to be replaced every now and
I believe the technical term is a consumable,
then. They are a consumable.
which I used to get really narky about until Gary told me how easy it was to do and how easily they could just get bent ever so slightly out of alignment, and that's it. Jane said, I'm glad you said that because I was having trouble with it the other day as well. Yep.
And then you feel like a right Nana.
Oh, I do most days anyway, to be fair. I don't have to wait for a machine to tell me that. Crikey. There we go. Right.
It's all right. So long as you know your place in the world, it's all fine, isn't it?
That's all fine. I'm going to get that piece of paper. Right, so just in the interest of seeing things, we have got, actually, if I move that flatter out of the way, you can probably see on my desk I have got, oh, shall I put all of these in there and then you can see, oh yes, there we go, that's what we're making today. You can see I've got a big piece here, that's going to be the bit that goes all the way around there, and then I've got two smaller pieces on here. They are the side bits. Now, on your mat, move my mat so that you can see. What I would like you to do is get yourself a pen, and on each of these corners, do a little thing of marking 1/4 of an inch on that 45-degree line. Okay, flip it round, do that on each side, 45 degrees up there, and then also mark your middle point. There we go, and you're going to do that on both. I'll put it on there so you can see what I've done. But your mat or one of your rulers or whatever, spin it around. Oop. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. And then in the middle there. And then as we were. Okay, so with this, these 45-degree marks, you want to just snip on, snip and snip, and then snip and snip, and just across the top, you're just going to put your tape across the top. And if you wish, like this is kind of an optional bit. If you want that to remain see-through, this bit here, just don't put any binding across there. Like you don't have to put that on. But again, you're going to take that top bit of tape off. It's a 2 demo day, Jem.
You know.
Crikey.
I know, right?
And then either make your binding, I won't be able to show you how to make the binding, but we have made binding many a time with a tool. So you want to fold your binding over there. And then if only I actually had all the clips in all the world. So it just, for me, it just helps if you have just one side of your binding held with that tape. There we go. Gemma, do you think we're regaining professional points now?
I hope so.
There we go. Okay, stitch along there, and we are good to go. This isn't a long make.
Oh, bless. Sue's having a rather scatty Monday morning. Says, new low, I've just chucked my clips into my coffee.
Way!
Bless you.
It happens. It does happen. And the thing is, you know, at some point, you'll just laugh about it. Like me and having to redecorate after Eric had an upset stomach. Now I can laugh about it. At the time, I just wanted to cry. There we go. So we've got our binding on there.
Oh, Wendy put the ice cream in the cupboard and the chocolate sauce in the freezer. Not a good result.
Oh dear. My mum once had a tub of chocolate roll out of ice cream, chocolate ice cream, roll out of her shopping bag underneath the seat of her car in the heat, in the high heat of summer. Her car stank. Ever after, that car was disgusting. Not gonna lie.
Dairy's the worst, isn't it?
Absolutely grim. Right. I'm going to put tape all the way along there. Do you know where else I'm going to put tape? Just across the edges of these as well. Now, whether or not you want to... what's the word I want? Baste it in place with your tape is up to you. I'm not going to bother.
Geraldine bought a set of bags like this for holiday. She said it would make a great present, and she loves the orange binding. It really pops.
I love the orange binding. It just went with the neon zip so beautifully. I had to do it. But like I said, I've only got 2 of those, which makes me sad. But we do have lots of other gorgeous colours, and if they sell out, then I will go and have a rummage and see what else I can find in the meantime.
Sylv likes the idea of a pyramid pouch in clear PU.
Oh yeah, you could do that as well. Yeah, for sure. I forgot to bring my pyramid pouch in. So now we have got...
I bought mine the other day. It was on the set for the entire Wednesday show. I was going to show it, and then I forgot.
Right, so you've encased your ends of your zip.
Oh, look at that.
In that doesn't... Do you know what? I'm really pleased that I did the grey now with that rose gold. It's basically grey and pink, isn't it? For want of any better word. Right, so I am going to pop a run of tape all the way along both sides. Was that someone knocking at the door? Oh.
Probably with a delivery at the big, you know, where the door has the big sign.
I love the fact that they look round the sign that says deliveries, please use the back door.
No deliveries in this. There's more than one very large sign.
Huh?
More than one very large sign.
They multiply. I go away, more deliveries arrive that I've ordered. And Gemma gets quite cross.
Normally after someone in the warehouse has got quite cross at the people coming to the front
Well,
door.
it's not that. It's that, it's just a longer way for us to carry big boxes of stuff, isn't it, around the place?
Oh, yeah, but there's normally someone in the warehouse who goes, why do they not pay any attention? And then I go, right, it's fine. I've got it this time, so I'll make another very large passive-aggressive sign. And
we love a good passive-aggressive sign.
Do.
We really do.
They pay no attention.
Nope.
Look at that.
Right, find your halfway mark on here and just make a little mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Okay. Find your halfway mark and pop it on there. Matchy, matchy, matchy. Okay. Like so. And I'm going to sew from that little line to that little line. So this is what I say. If you are worried about sewing with your PU, please don't, because it is actually this easy. No special foot, nothing, just sews, not a problem. You would trim back all of your what have yous. I'm not going to do that because I've looked at the time. I spent half of this demo looking for the demo. Amazing, go me. Now, you are going to then, where you cut that line, just means that you then got manoeuvrability to then bring that around. And again, just you're going to line up that tape, line up all your edges. Dink, dink, dink. Yeah, like that. And then just pop a few stitches along there. So you're basically basting this in place. All right. You don't have to bother going all the way around. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. So flip that corner out where you cut it. Line those edges. Dink, dink, dink. Give it a squidge together with your tape. And now what you're going to do is, you can do that on the other side, but you'll do this in exactly the same way on the other side. Now, what I would do is just go with your tape, just loosely round, and add on a little bit on the end. And then on one side, attach your tape.
Auntie Lizzie says we need an on-air light outside the door and a studio sign on the door. We have loads of things that make it very clear, Auntie Lizzie. They just don't.
They need one of these quite blind bags.
Yes.
Although I'm not allowed to call them a quite blind bag. Gemma was really precise that I was not allowed to call it that on air.
Very.
No, Natasha. No. But it's for those people, and I'm sorry, we've all had one of those bags where it's beautiful, but we just can't find our stuff in it. We are indeed being quite blind. Match up your ends. And so this is going on the fold, okay? Because you're then going to flip that and fold it over. And the nice thing about working with the PU is that you can see that you have matched up the other side of your binding perfectly, because you can see it.
Good, eh?
Right. And then
Sue's asking, does anyone else have a suggestion of an easy way to get the paper off the sticky tape? I'm having a devil's game getting it off. I mean, Natasha has no issues here. She's just whipping that off with her nails. You know, those jewels.
Gemma has a go at me. She's like, they're jewels, not tools. I'm like, no,
if you've got a coating on your nails, you might struggle a little bit. I tend not to struggle, but some people I know do, especially if their nails are a little thicker. But a pin for me, just to lift
pin
a bit of...
or your poker tool.
Yeah, or your fang.
Right, so on that corner, it very easily just went in. If you just turn it, it just folds in, and then just pop a little clip. And then again, just down that last side, just lining up the middle of your binding. Okay.
Jimmy's having a little play on words, saying, I see not seeing things. Look at the grey. It looks great. I know we've had a lot of praise for the fabulous orange, but the grey looks brilliant too.
But you just press those corners in and the tape just kind of does it. There's not like a really technical way to do that.
Still saying if the foot of your sewing machine gets stuck on the PU, kitchen paper on top works.
Yeah, it never has.
No.
This stuff that we get in, it never has for me. You are right. Absolutely, you are right. But I can honestly say, hand on heart, it's never happened for me yet. Now,
well, and with this make as well, you have got the bias binding there, which is
but when you were basting, Gem, you didn't.
No.
So, here we go. And now you just start to sew it all together. Right. So you're going to stitch down one side. You're going to go nice and carefully, by the way, peeps. And you are going to get to the bottom. Go back and forward a bit, or do a holding stitch. Come off. Stop. Don't even try and manoeuvre around. No. But what you can now do is push all of your plastic out of the way so it does lie flat. Put it back underneath. Stitch across. It means that you are going to have a couple more threads to trim. But nobody cares.
No.
Nobody cares. And then again. So, don't feel like you've got to be really princessy with this plastic. Move it out your way if you need to.
It's really versatile and it's really easy to work with, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's your gullet in. Like, it was that easy to do.
Nice.
Not going to lie, it took me a while to work out how to do it. But that's my job. That's my bit, is to work out how to do these things so that you don't have to hurt your head trying to work it out. Now then, let's find the middle bit here. And we'll go again. There you go, here's my middle bit. Yeah, you'll trim off all of these. Obs, Jen. Obs. Whip that off. This is why we put these top bits on at the start, so that you can find it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, apparently that can be a problem.
You Nana.
I think I've surpassed myself today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to go and have a little sit down. And again, what you are going to do is sew from that mark to that mark. Again, that's just plastic on plastic, not a problem. And then flip out that bit that you cut. Align those edges round. Dee, 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 dee. So that you are happy with them. I'm trying to do it at a funny angle. I don't know, I'm singing that to you.
Better than saying it, that's why. There's quite a lot you can use sewable plastic for, isn't there, Tash? We've done the block keeper. The block keeper's a great.
Oh, the block keeper's a really good one to do, yeah.
And the hanging tidy as well, hanging storage.
Yep.
That's great.
Yep. All these things work an
an
absolute treat.
There were people who wanted to buy the sewable plastic by the half metre, and we had sold out. We've had little notes on orders asking us whether we're going to have it back in stock.
Yes.
And it's available. It's gone up. Have a little look through today's collection.
It's gone up as in on the website, not as in price. No, we haven't done that to you.
No, it hasn't gone up in price. Gone up on the website, and it's on today's collection on delayed dispatch, but it should be here. Well, today or tomorrow, shouldn't it? So
yeah,
not really
it should
a
be.
Dispatch.
Should be. And again, just going to base that in place. So again, you've then got that side that you will then do exactly the same. And if you need to with this, because one side's already sewn, put another little basty bit down the bottom. Then do that. Do as much as you need to make this work for you. You're not going to get any prizes for struggling.
No.
In any way, shape or form. So if you need a few more stitches to just base that in place, then do it.
And these basting stitches will all get hidden by
They're all covered.
anyway.
You're not going to see them. But that's just going to hold. Oh, you can't see. Sorry, everyone. You can't actually see. So I've just basted there. It did that thing of sticking, Jem.
Oh,
sorry,
I'm on a
everyone.
delay, so I can't tell.
Oh, there we go.
Fiona's just said I can't see what you're doing over there. See, I'm on a delay, which is frustrating. Sorry about that, guys.
So I'm going to do exactly the same. Lay my binding out. Walk it around. Add on an inch. I'm going to put my binding along one edge. My tape, sorry, along one edge of my binding. Take that off. I mean, the sound effects are optional.
Optional. Entirely optional.
Optional sound effects. Yeah, and away we go again. So making sure that edge is on the middle of your binding. Whoops. So that you can then flip it. Dee, 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 dee.
There's been a suggestion that you should always pop a little bit of washi tape on the corner of one of your pieces of PU, your glass clear
Oh yeah, that how much would that have helped me earlier? Well, apart from the fact that I'd thrown it the other side of the studio.
And Auntie Lizzie made the observation that, but to do that you'd need to go to find your washi tape at the time.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find that this morning either. I've just had one of those mornings. I don't know where anything is. So rolling that round. And so can you see, I'm just going to press that up onto there. And it just does its thing. It's brilliant. So much easier than mitering a quilt. Really is. And again, just laying that on that halfway line on your binding. Flipping it over. Whee! Down to there. Getting there, Jem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long one today, isn't it? Soz everyone.
Soz babes.
And you can see the nice thing about working with the PU, whereas if you were using pre-made binding on a quilt, you'd have to actually use the marks on your quilting clips to make sure that you had got it equally both sides. But I can see, because I see through it, and that is the beauty of it. And I'm going to stitch like I just did all the way around. I said I wasn't going to trim all the stitches. Obviously it's going to drive me mad, so I'm going to. Hurrah. Ooh, try not to get it caught up on other pairs of scissors. At that base. Stop and restart. Can you see? Get your hand in. Push it flat. Push those side bits out so that it goes flat. Then start again. Push that to one side, push it flat. Trim off any excess you have that side, and that is the main body of your bag done. So now we've just got to attach the zip. This isn't a difficult make, is it, Jem?
No. No, it's coming together nicely.
There we go. Obviously move stuff out of the way. I've gone a bit wobbly where I bumped into a pair of scissors there.
Oh.
I know. So, my zip, which I beautifully prepared earlier. This is going to sit inside like that, okay, because then we'll run a strip like that. Now you can do this so that you just do a strip one side if you want, but what I did do on this was just have a little thing there just to help me, because, you know, opening it fine, shutting it. So if you want to do this, it means we're going to do that binding in a oneer.
Ooh,
all the way around. I say in a oneer. We're clearly going to stop there and restart. But bear with me, caller. So we are going to prep our zip. We are going to put wash away quilter's tape, top and bottom, both sides. You couldn't do this if you didn't have this tape. I'm going to put this down as a prerequisite for the make. For sure, Jem.
Yeah, defo. The tape is one of your essentials. We have certain things that you just wouldn't be without.
No, wouldn't. Not
And
now
it's
that I've got it
there.
in my life. Well, I would never have done zips.
No.
Ever.
No. It just makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you buy us tape maker set as well, being another one. And we do have those coming in. As
Yeah,
we said
they are
earlier.
on a slight delayed dispatch, but... So top and bottom both sides. And again, you know, to measure out how much tape you want to use, you're going to fold over one edge bit there, and then however much, I did about 6 inches, so 3 inches around there, 3 inches back. But again, there is no exact science. And then back round to there. So let's start with this side zip. So what I am going to do is take off the back for that bit there. Bear with the tape, sometimes it can feel like it's being a little bit temperamental, but until you actually get everything that it's going on to aligned, you see that little bit's come off, then it can just feel a little bit temperamental sometimes. There we go.
I'm hoping everyone saw SJ's Friday deals as well in their little newsletter that goes out. I know some did, because there were various deals that have sold out, including the Grey Spot Storage Trio.
Oh, did they go?
The trio has gone.
Well
I
done.
managed to secure an additional bit of stock, which I've just been given the heads up has turned up here. So I have loaded that in today. We've got, it's a duo. So you're getting the craft organiser and a thread box, and the thread box comes with 12 150 metre spools of Gutermann sew-all thread in it as well.
I just don't want to stick.
So you're getting your 12 spools of thread, the beautiful box, and the matching craft organiser at a crazy, crazy, crazy price.
Cool.
The craft
Open up that
organiser is
end.
only
Sorry, Jem.
25 quid.
Open up that end.
Yeah.
Just fold it in on yourself so you've got no raw edges again. Okay. And then we go again.
Fabulous.
So that will go there. Your tape will go there.
Well, the
Fold
tape is
that
a
over.
godsend, isn't it?
Yeah. Fold it over and just clip it in place. And I tend to go along to the other end. Don't know if my head is in the way here.
I'll have a look. No.
Good. And fold it over. Just make sure that your tape doesn't get in the way of your zip. That's all I would say. And if so, just move it up a little bit.
Petra says these will make lovely gifts with a nice shampoo, conditioner, face
Well,
wash,
that's just
flannel.
it, isn't it? Yeah. And if
Little
you've got a
things
friend that does like Body Shop or something like that, and
Yeah.
you can help them out by buying some nice
Yeah.
smellies from them.
Yep.
Then do that
So you
thing.
could do it as a hand cream nail polish set as well for a special friend. It's a lovely idea. And Ginny says, thanks for the laughter and the inspiration to climb back into the fabric cave and get it sorted.
Yay! So I'm going to stitch this to just past there, and then we're going to attach the other side of the zip and sew the rest of it round. Okay. God, this did make my brain hurt this morning when I was trying to work out how to do it. Because it's working out which bits need doing first so that you're not left with any raw edges. So come to the end of your zip. Take it off. So that's one end of my zip in. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take this back bit of tape off, put that against the wrong side of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll bring this tape round to there,
Clever.
put it in place, and then we'll sew everything in place.
Clever.
Whew. It'll take minutes. Well, it'll take a moment when this reboots again. It's obviously decided that I should have
So
finished
if you
by
need-
now.
If you need me to try and override over here, I can have a go.
My tape is being a little bit temperamental, so that one's sort of come off a little bit there. So just pop that end on there, And again, you're just using it to baste your zip and your plastic in place. Which once it knows that's what you want it to do, it is happy to do. Oop,
Just needs telling. Just needs showing who's boss, doesn't it?
Bit like me, Jem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly. And then, there we go. Pop that clip on there. This one that should have been in place, if you want to, look, let's make this really easy then. If you want to just fold over that end, and if your tape is going to sit, I've never had a problem with this tape before, I don't know why it's playing silly beggars, and then just place your tape along one end there. You can do it that way. Whatever's going to make life easy. There we go. Dee-dee-dee. So you want to start at this end and fold over so you're encasing all those raw edges. Okay. And pop your clip on. And clip. Move all edges in, make sure your zip is in, everything is in and has in place. Oh, my tape has decided to attach itself to itself. Genius. Right. That goes on there, that goes on there, tape goes on there, that goes over there, and that goes on there. We get there in the end, but yeah, just make sure that your binding is just encasing everything that you need. And when we take this back over here, we're going to start sewing from where we left off there. We're going to sew all the way down and finish off the zip. Hurrah! Got all the clips in all the world actually in my way. Just make sure that you do just move things out of the way. Also, my daughter, when she's colouring, she can never find the right pen, and the amount of times it's, "Mummy, where is my," and you have to go, "Oh." And you have to empty everything out.
You do.
All over the kitchen. And go, "All right there, Captain Small. Let's just do this, shall we?" Dee-dee-dee. So, and you can fold the side that you've already sewn back so that you can stitch that all down in place. Couldn't quite get that round. Sew that, not just off the end of the zip, but to about halfway, and then you'll just have a straight line to sew. There we go. Snip all your bits. Snip your bits. And there you have.
Amazing.
Go on back.
Looks really smart.
It's lovely, isn't it, in that rose gold?
Yeah, it's
You
fab.
can see it from the top.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, and yes. Look at it. Especially when I went for little stars there.
It's
So,
really
yeah.
smart.
There you go.
Looks grand.
Ta-da.
Aww. Well done, Tash.
It's all right.
Fiona says, thank you for the fun and friendship. Oh, and the fab demos. I do miss you all when I'm overseas. Very grateful catch-ups.
Ah, that's all right. They're always there.
They
A lot of the big
are.
channels that I work with, they only keep their catch-ups for 14 days.
Yep.
But that's no good because we all know that life gets in the way. We don't make stuff
No.
immediately, do we?
No.
So we always keep every single demo that we've ever done. It's all on YouTube.
Yep.
So do make the most of that.
Definitely.
Tomorrow we are going to have some Mother's Day makes. Although actually this is quite a nice Mother's Day make as well.
I'd say so.
Mother's Day makes tomorrow. We're going to do a little applique bag or cushion, whatever you want to make it in. But we're just going to show you just a pretty.
It'll be beautiful.
A little
Another
pretty.
thing that would look nice with today's make, bamboo toweling makes. You can make a bundle, put some items in the wash bag. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oh yeah, the
Geraldine,
little round face wipes. I use
Face
those all the
wipes.
time.
headband,
Yeah.
the whole shebang. Geraldine says, I've enjoyed today, the demos, the laughter and all the wonderful company, chatting.
Oh,
love and
thank you.
hugs."
Right,
And Sylv
well.
has had the postman just deliver her order. We swapped out the felt for her for denim because she's allergic.
Oh yeah, allergic.
She's very, very grateful. for
Absolute
it.
pleasure. If you ever have anything, just message us and let us know, and we will do our best to help. Right, everybody, we will see you tomorrow. I need some food.
Oh.
And thank you ever so much for watching. And grab your bits and bobs, whatever you fancy. Whether you're going for a kit, or whether you're going to make your own kit up with your own chosen zip, whether you're going to make your own binding, in which case grab your binding tool, or whether you're going to use one of the pre-made one. It's up to you. But we will see you here tomorrow. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.